A few years ago, Oksana and Herman made a heartfelt vow to spend their lives together. Herman, a fiercely driven entrepreneur, was thriving in his business ventures, and with his unwavering support, Oksana finally found the freedom to fully immerse herself in her true passion, fashion. He gifted her a sewing machine and a dedicated workspace, a thoughtful gesture that opened the door to her creativity. What began as simple personal projects soon blossomed into custom orders from friends and acquaintances who eagerly encouraged her at every turn. Recognizing her potential, Herman invested in her growth, financing trips to workshops and courses that helped her refine her craft. In the early days, Herman faced many hurdles in his entrepreneurial journey, but everything changed when Vladimir, an old college friend, re-entered his life. Impressed by Herman's vision and determination, Vladimir gradually became a trusted business partner. Their collaboration flourished, and over time, Herman began to rely on him more than ever. Proud of what he had built, a successful business, a loving wife, and a comfortable home, Herman planned a special surprise for Oksana. Wanted to celebrate their unexpected homecoming. He sought a unique handcrafted piece that reflected their story. Recalling a small jewelry shop he had once passed, he inquired about custom designs and arranged a visit after work. Working closely with a skilled craftsman, Herman designed a white gold ring adorned with delicate gemstones, its swirling form reminiscent of ocean waves, a tribute to the fateful moment they first met by the seashore. When he presented the ring to Oksana, she was deeply touched, cherishing it alongside her wedding band as a symbol of their bond. But a few months later, after a grueling day, Herman returned home looking forward to a quiet evening. As Oksana served dinner, he noticed something was missing. "Zana, where's the ring?" he asked, puzzled. "I took it to the workshop," she admitted with regret. "I accidentally scratched it while sewing. They're fixing it." "If you had told me, I could have taken it back to the jeweler who made it," Herman said, disappointment clear in his voice. She laughed lightly, trying to ease the tension. "Don't worry, it's just a small fix. I can handle it." The next morning, Herman hurried to the bus stop. His car was still in the shop for repairs. As he walked, a nagging thought lingered. How exactly had Oksana scratched the ring while using the sewing machine? Knowing her knack for clumsy mishaps, he didn't think much of it. Later that day, already running late for crucial contract negotiations, Herman found no taxis available. Frustration mounting, he spotted Vladimir's car parked nearby. Remembering that Vladimir had called in sick earlier, Herman's curiosity piqued. As Vladimir stepped out of the store carrying a small bag, Herman approached him. "What are you doing here?" he asked, suspicion creeping into his tone. "I thought you were sick," Herman said. Vladimir hesitated for a split second before regaining his calm. "I'm feeling better. Just needed to grab a few things," he replied casually. "Well, since you're here, can you give me a ride?" "I'm running late," Herman requested. As they sped toward the business center, Vladimir shifted the conversation to their shared dream, expanding the business and formalizing their partnership as equals. Though they had discussed it before, bureaucratic delays had stalled the process. Vladimir spoke passionately about his vision, but Herman couldn't shake the uneasy feeling building in his gut. Reaching into the back seat for a bottle of water, Herman's eyes caught something glinting on the floor mat, a custom-made ring, the very one his wife wore. Suspicion tightened around Herman's heart. He glanced sharply at Vladimir, piecing together the puzzle. The sudden illness, the unexplained absence, and now the missing ring found in his friend's car. It was all too convenient. The truth hit him like a lightning bolt. Vladimir hadn't merely been scheming to formalize their business partnership. He'd been pursuing Oksana behind Herman's back. Betrayal and fury surged through Herman as the full scope of Vladimir's reckless deception dawned on him. The business was legally registered in Herman's name, giving him complete control. Without hesitation, he cut Vladimir off, revoking his access to shared documents and barring him from the office. That evening, Herman confronted Oksana. He returned her ring and exposed her involvement in Vladimir's deceit. The color drained from her face as the truth crushed any hope of escape. Without a word of hesitation, Herman ordered her to leave. Forced to face the consequences of her betrayal, Oksana packed her belongings and walked away. Despite her desperate pleas for another chance, Herman remained unmoved. To erase any lingering ties, he arranged for a courier to deliver the rest of her things. A final act of closure. Seeking comfort, Oksana turned to Vladimir, but their relationship quickly crumbled. Blinded by jealousy and ambition, Vladimir failed to reclaim his footing in business. Financial troubles mounted, and the burden fell heavily on Oksana, who found herself supporting them both through her own job. The weight became unbearable. Eventually, Oksana left, seeking refuge with a friend before filing for divorce. Though she later attempted to reconcile with Herman, he refused to look back. The past was a closed chapter, one he had no intention of reopening. Instead, he poured his energy into his work, eyes fixed firmly on the future. With unshakable resolve, he pursued success, leaving the betrayals of the past behind him, a distant shadow fading into nothingness.